All good? Okay. 5:30, ladies and gentlemen. So declaration of opening is made at tonight's ordinary council meeting. That is at 5:30, just confirming that. For anyone watching online or watching the recording afterwards, this is a decision-making meeting. We had the forum last week, which was for question and answers. So that's why most of the fleshing out has been done. So we make a decision on every item presented to us tonight. We are on page 6 of the agenda. So item number 2 is opening procedures. So 2.1 is acknowledgement of country. So the Shire of Northam is on both Balladong and Whadjuk lands. So we pay our respects to the elders and the traditional landowners. And we also pay the respects to not only the elders, but the current Balladong and Whadjuk people and emerging leaders. So item 2.2 is recording of council meetings. So members of council are aware, members of the gallery are advised this meeting is being live streamed and it's audio recorded and it's made available on the Shire of Northam's YouTube channel. Members of the public would like to have access to this recording, they can do so via the Shire website. It is publicly available. Item number 3 is attendance. So we have all the councillors as listed are in attendance, and as per normal, I'm going to go from left to right to acknowledge the councillors. So we have Councillor Biglan, Councillor Gearat, Councillor Ryan, Councillor Williams, Councillor Mencheli, President Antonio, I should check my name, Councillor Appleton, Councillor Poulton and Councillor Hughes, all in attendance. The staff is a little bit different than in the early agenda. So we have the Chief Executive Officer, Ms. Terralink. We have the Executive Manager Engineering Services, Mr. Devsich. Executive Manager Development and Community Services, Mr. Hunt. Business Solutions Coordinator, Mr. Sama. Manager Governance and Risk, Ms. McCall. Manager Administration Engineering Services, Ms. Van Beek. I think I've got everyone who's in the room here. That's good. And then we go to item 3.2, apologies, is Mr. Young, who is on annual leave. Well, you need to know that, but here's an apology. So item 3.3 on page 7 is approved leave of absence, that is nil. Item 3.4, absent, that is nil. So then we go to page 8, which is item number 4, disclosure of interest, which we have a number, so I'll read them fully here at this part of the agenda, and as the item comes up, I'll do a reminder about the mainly impartial. So the first one is lease of portion of 139 Fitzgerald Street, Northam, 13.1.1. President Antonio, that's myself, has declared impartiality. The owner of the property subject to this decision, President Antonio. Councillor Appleton has declared impartiality. Members of town teams are known to Councillor Appleton. Town teams mentioned in the report. Councillor Kirk has declared impartiality. The proprietor, Dan Jam Proprietary Limited at 139 Fitzgerald Street, Northam, and members of the Northam town teams are known to Councillor Gearat. So Councillor Hughes has declared impartiality. Some members of the town teams are known to Councillor Hughes. Councillor Mencheli, this is the same item, has declared impartiality. Northern town team members are known to Councillor Mencheli. And Councillor Ryan is declaring impartiality. The proprietors of the owners of the building are known to Councillor Ryan. Luckily I've got that right. Item 13.2.2, introduction of a 60 km/h speed zone, Moravillo Estate. Councillor Biglan has declared impartiality. Some of the residents that have made their concerns known to the Shire are known to Councillor Biglan. Councillor Biglan also knows many of the residents at Moravillo Estate. Same item, 13.2.2, Councillor Mencheli has declared impartiality. Some owners in this estate are known to Councillor Mencheli. And we don't have to read out any of the others. As we'll get to that item, we'll advise the public updates. So we're now on page 10, which is item number 5, announcements by the presiding member without discussion. So that is taken as read. So we go to page 12. So item number 6 is public questions. We do not have any public questions, so we'll move on to item 7, response to previous public questions taken on notice. That is nil. Item number 8 is receiving of petitions, presentations and deputations. 8.1 petitions is nil. 8.2 presentations is nil. 8.3 deputations is nil. With 8.2 presentations, I'm just flagging it now so I don't forget, we have some presentations from community groups for next month's ordinary council meeting. Item number 9 on page 13 is applications for leave of absence. That is nil. Item number 10 is confirmation of minutes. 10.1, confirmation of minutes from the ordinary council meeting held 23rd of July 2025. There's a recommendation there. Councillor Appleton is moving. Councillor Mencheli is seconding. Anyone likely to speak against that? So all those in favour by a show of hands. That's 9-0, that's carried. And before I ask for a seconder with the next item, it's 10.2, notes from the council forum meeting held 20th of August 2025. This is a new item, so I'll just see if there's any clarifications or questions regarding the notes from last week's forum meeting. Was that a question, Councillor Bigland? Yes, I think it was.
It is within the section. The Morriville estate, is that where you answered my questions, or is that further down? About the bus signs?
The answer about the bus signs was provided in the notes. Is that a question you had?
Yes. Can I just confirm that once you have spoken to what company, Perth Transport Association, PDA, that when they give you the bus stops, you will be putting those signs up as you've indicated within the document? Thank you.
Yes, I can confirm that.
Thank you. You answered the question. Any further questions or from the notes from the council forum meeting? If not, there's a recommendation there that we receive that Councillor Ryan is moving, Councillor Hughes is seconding. Anyone likely to speak against? So all those in favour by a show of hands. That's 9-0, that's carried. We now go to page 38. So is item number 11 is items brought forward for the convenience of those in the public gallery. There are no items being brought forward. So then we go to item number 12 is reports of committee meetings. That is nil. So we go to page 39. Item number 13 is officer reports. 13.1 is the CEO's office. This is the first item is 13.1.1, lease of a portion of 139 Fitzgerald Street, Northam. Just a reminder, the councillors Appleton, Gierak, Hughes, Mencheli and Ryan and President Antonio all declared an impartiality interest in this item. So as all the councillors mentioned, so Appleton, Gierak, Hughes, Mencheli, Ryan, President Antonio have all declared an impartiality interest in this item. Each of the councillors declared that they will consider the matter on its merit and vote accordingly. There is a recommendation on page 42.
Right, move the recommendation.
Councillor Williams is moving, and I saw Councillor Gierak first. Sorry, Councillor Mencheli. Councillor Gierak is seconding. Anyone likely to speak against? So all those in favour by show of hands. That's 9-0, that's carried. We now go to page 49. 48. I did write that down correctly. 13.1.2 is policy reviews. There's 2 recommendations on page 54. So the first one is the council adopts the following revised policies. So we'll deal with that one first. Councillor Hughes is moving. Councillor Mencheli is seconding. Anyone likely to speak against? So all those in favour by a show of hands. That's 9-0, that's carried. And then there's a recommendation about the retrospective amendment. Councillor Mancelli is moving. Councillor Hughes is seconding. So anyone likely to speak against? So all those in favour by a show of hands. That's 9-0, that's carried. We now go to page 128. So item 13.2 is engineering services. Item 13.2.1 is RFT 07 of 2025, Newcastle Road, minor rehabilitation and asphalt overlay. There was question and answers on this last week. The recommendation is on page 131. Councillor Ryan is moving, Councillor Polton is seconding. Anyone likely to speak against? So all those in favour by show of hands? 9-0, that's carried. I might have got the page number of the recommendation on, but the recommendation is the same. Yeah. So we go to page, oh, that was me typing anything wrong. So we go to page 140. So this is item 13.2.2, introduction of a 60 km per hour speed zone in Morrovillo Estate. Just a reminder that councillors Biglan and Mancelli have declared an impartiality interest in this item, and both councillors declared that they will consider this matter on its merit and vote accordingly. The recommendation is on page 143. Councillor Hughes is moving. Councillor Biglan is seconding. Anyone likely to speak against? So all those in favour by a show of hands. That's 9-0, that's carried. We now go to page 154. So item 13.3 is development and community services. That is nil. So then we go to item 13.4, corporate services. 13.4.1 is RFQ 13 of 2025. IT managed services, and the recommendations on page 158. Councillor Polton moved, Councillor Mancelli seconded. Anyone likely to speak against? So all those in favour by a show of hands. That's 9-0, that's carried. Then we go to page 168. So item 13.4.2 is accounts and statements of accounts July 2025. The recommendation on page 170, and there was question and answers provided. You would have seen the answers today through the councillors' chat.
So I'll move the recommendation as presented.
Councillor Mancelli moved, Councillor Girac seconded. Anyone likely to speak against? So all those in favour by a show of hands. That's 9-0, that's carried. And we go to page 224. So we have, there was an item in the original agenda, item 14.1, that has been withdrawn. So if anyone is looking at this, that's been withdrawn, so there's no discussion required on that. So item 15 is motions of which previous notice has been given, is nil. Item 16, urgent business approved by decision, that is nil. Item number 17, just before I close, I want to make sure I've covered everything. So item number 17 is declaration of closure, which is made at 5:43 p.m. So thank you, councillors, for your question and answers, because we did discuss a lot last week. So if anyone's looking at the recording, we did go